And thank you so much for coming back. In this section, I want to talk to you about the new chairperson of Africa Union, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf. Mr. Mahmoud Ali Youssouf is a chairperson of Africa Union, the new chairperson of Africa Union, who is actually from Djibouti. Djibouti, a lot of you guys may not even know where is Djibouti. Djibouti is a small country that was cut by France in the Horn of Africa, is inside, almost like in the corner of Ethiopia, but also on the part of Somalia and the Somaliland things. So anyways, so he's from that country, the Djibouti country. Another explanation I want to give you is that the population of Djibouti is less than 1 million. So Djibouti population is less than 1 million. What that means is the population of Djibouti is less than the population of Addis Ababa if you divide in 5, because Addis Ababa, according to the statistics, say that it may have more than 5 million population. So you can imagine that maybe it's one piece of Addis Ababa that will make you a country. So now the other things I want to highlight about Djibouti, and I believe this play a key role for him to be elected, is that Djibouti is a country that is home to most of foreigner military bases in Africa. Around 9 non-African countries have military bases in the country Djibouti. That include France, America, Turkey, China, Russia. What is the other ones? I think is there is a few other Middle East countries, maybe Saudi Arabia. I'm not exactly sure, but according to what is well known, the country hosting at least 9 non-African military bases in this teeny country that is with less population, that you can combine all Djibouti population and put in one hotel. They can fit in one of the biggest hotel, maybe in China or somewhere. So now he was elected to be the chairperson of Africa Union. So he defeated Raila Odinga, the loser, who always loses on everything. And then he also defeated the other guy from, I think it's Richard from Madagascar. Now, so what should we really anticipate or expect from this gentleman from Mahmoud Ali Youssouf from Djibouti? Absolutely nothing. One, the Djibouti itself is a country that has no democracy. So we know the president of Djibouti is the president maybe for life. By the way, if you did not know this, the president of Djibouti was born in Ethiopia. So in other words, if that was, his name is Ismail, if that was the case, that he would be called Ethiopian. But anyways, let me leave that alone. But he was born in Ethiopia, Diledawa. So the country does not know democracy. He's there, maybe he's gonna be there for a lifetime. That's number one. Number two, as I already mentioned, this country is the only country in Africa that is hosting these military bases inside this tiny country, and those military bases have no conflict with among each other. That shows you that how much this country is actually it knows how to maneuver around in between the west and the eastern and the north and the south and whatever it is you're gonna call it. But I guarantee you that this country does not have the best interest of Africa. So what is he gonna do? Obviously, you cannot point out exactly now, but for sure I know he's not gonna tell those military bases to get out from Djibouti or from any other country, in fact, in Africa, because we don't need them. They are not here to drink, to enjoy our beach at all. They are planning, and they are the ones who are actually extending these military attacks, according to Tucker Carlson interview with the General I'm not sure exactly his name, but he said that before they come to the Western military bases come to Africa, the terrorism attack was less than 12%, and now is 120%. So he's the one who accept that. So it's not my statistics. So they are here to actually do those kind of things behind the closet. That's number one. Number two, African Union is a corrupted institution with corruption, and we sure know that he's not going to be able to fix that, because the previous one did not do that as well. Another thing is that African Union is now almost like an international organization, and I want to take this moment to warn black people, especially those in America, when it comes to reparation, because when Pan-Africa was created by Marcus Garvey, gentlemen like Sylvester Williams, gentlemen like Tony Martin, gentlemen like Malcolm X, people who fight for Pan-Africa like Dr. Abdul Khalid Mohammed, they created Pan-Africa because they wanted to have a space for black people only. But when Africa came on board, the Pan-Africa became like something that is global, like movement, and that's how Pan-Africa died. So now reparation on black people's side is kind of moving. They are pushing this very strong. So now African Union have started to talk about reparation. And definitely that once African Union put the feet inside the reparation, is gonna be dead. So you should be watching out for your reparation, because once African Union take that, it's gonna be dead, I guarantee you. So I believe that he's going to be he's gonna play a role on that to destroy reparation as well. Because the only thing African leaders do is to destroy, not to build. They destroyed Pan-Africa. Now Pan-Africa is something like Arabs are welcome, the Latins are welcome, the Chinese are welcome in Pan-Africa. Everyone is just Pan-Africa. It's no longer black people things anymore. But anyways, that being said, I believe that that's what I have to say about this gentleman, that he's going to deliver nothing. Agenda 2063, as I said, is just another kind of talking, sweet talking, or lip service. That is what it is. African Continental Free Trade Area, don't worry about that. That's like Rome Convention, whoever was Rome Convention or Rome Treaty, that it did not work. So any of those things, the only thing I know they're gonna push is gonna be the climate change, because that's where the money is coming. The Western are putting money in that, so they're gonna push that on us, like we produce anything that is carbonates, whatever it is that make the climate change happen. We don't produce none of those things, so it should be the idea of climate change should be actually they should be cutting check to us Africans, instead of us to advocate and advance the agenda of climate change. So we first need at least food. We don't need those climate change. Those who are producing the machines, taking our natural resources in, which is naturally, that cannot cause any problem to our environment, and take them to China or Europe or American continent. They should not be telling us to advertise climate change. They should be cutting the check. They should be paying and stopping those kind of things, which they are not doing anyways. So I know he's gonna be pushing that as well, and he's gonna be pushing, of course, the vaccinations and the medicine and the pharmaceutical, because that's where they get big contracts. He's gonna be pushing China and the hybrid cars and all of those kind of things, yada yada. But obviously the unity of Africa, he's not going to do anything about that. Stopping these fightings going on in every corner of Africa, he's not gonna do anything about that. Even addressing the issue of Congo, he's not gonna do that. What is that? Democracy or elections, fair elections, he's not gonna do that. What is that? Kicking out China from Africa, which is taking over every corner of Africa, he's not gonna do that. So pretty much it's just gonna be the continuation of the same game, with just different faces, but same thing. So that being said, we should see, but I just want to warn Africans that don't trust anything is gonna come out from African Union. So if you are hungry today, you will be hungry even next 5 years. That being said,